Super smooth.
Alrighty, we're good. We're good to go. We're actually rolling right now. So, alrighty, everybody, welcome to season 2 episode. It's gonna be episode 55, I believe. So this will be coming out in a few weeks. In about 3 weeks, this episode will drop live. So I hope you guys are ready. But today, I have a very, very special guest, and no other than
Velure. Thank you. I'm just super grateful to be on here. Super ecstatic. We did like a little mini interview last Saturday after the concert, and I'm just ready. First interview, so I'm just glad to be a part of the culture. Like I said before, super great.
No, thank you, and seeing you perform last Saturday was really cool. Especially learning it was your first time performing. Like I would have never imagined that. So I'm very thankful, to be able to see you guys, the superstar, seeing that superstar shine. And that was really dope. So now that we have you here today, let's get on the mic and let's let everybody around the loop know who you are. So let's give them a little background about where you come from.
For sure.
Let's start there.
So my real name is Daniel Alexander Ellis.
Oh wow.
And I'm from Long Island, New York. Mm-hmm. Grew up there my whole life. My dad was in the Navy actually. Oh wow. So a lot of my background has a super huge military background. Uncle's in the Navy, another uncle's in the Marines. My grandpa was in the Army. My brother's currently in the Army. So, a super huge military background.
Okay. Well, I want to thank them for all their service too.
Facts, of course.
It's amazing.
I grew up playing tennis, started playing when I was 5 years old, and I went to Penn State and played there for 2 years. I broke my ankle, unfortunately, but, that helped me change my life to get where we are today.
What inspired you to get into tennis, if you don't mind me asking?
So tennis actually was the first sport I ever watched live on TV. My aunt used to live with us. And one day, I walked into her room after school and she was watching tennis. And I was just so fascinated by the sport and just watching it. I was watching, I think, Nadal and Federer play.
I was actually going to ask, do you recall?
Yeah, it was Nadal and Federer playing. I think it was at Wimbledon. No, it wasn't Wimbledon. It was the French Open because school's about to end. And I was like, the sport just looks so beautiful. I want to play that. I want to just do that. And then that's just where it started. And then, we're here now. I'm coaching tennis. And, everything's business is great. Tennis is a beautiful sport. If you guys haven't tried tennis, try tennis. Or if you come out to San Diego, you want to take some lessons,
there we go. There we go. We can set something up.
For sure.
We'll definitely put we'll put his Instagram in the description down below so you guys can tap in, reach out to him too. Like he said, he coaches as well. So if you guys want to level up and, really be somewhere, hey, hit him up.
Facts.
And wanted to ask, how did you get into Penn State? So that caught my curiosity right there. How did you do that?
Originally, funny story, I didn't want to go to Penn State because a lot of people in Long Island in my school go to Penn State and they apply to Penn State. So I was like, bro, I don't want to go there. I don't want to follow the wave.
Okay.
So my dream school was Virginia Tech, and I did get in Virginia Tech, but I got my acceptance letter from Penn State and they gave me more money. And I knew low-key, just from pictures, that Virginia Tech was a little bit nicer.
Okay.
So I decided to not visit it and go visit Penn State so that my decision would be clear, because I wanted to be financially smart, but I knew if I visited Virginia Tech, I would have went there. So I decided to not visit and just commit to going to Penn State, and I don't regret it. We just lost in the college football playoffs, but we made it far. We are Penn State Nittany Lion for life.
Hey, that's awesome.
Love the culture there, love the people there. It's family forever.
Yes, sir. So talking about family, and let's talk about your journey from I heard you said somewhere New York, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's give them, the proper love from New York. So shout out to
Long Island, Queens, Laurelton to be specific, and Valley Stream, Long Island to be specific. Shout out to all my brothers in the 516, in the 347, and the 917. That's home forever. Even though I picked up and left, and some of them are still mad at me for leaving. But that's home. It's always gonna be home where my heart is. So New York is a beautiful place, especially just for people that love the hustle and bustle. You'll love New York City. There's so much to offer. But for me personally, I had to just take my talents elsewhere and just journey. From youngest, I always wanted to go to California. And my dad was you kind of were manifesting it since freshman year. I was always trying to move out to California, either if it was for school or whatever. And it just happened, the way it happened, I wasn't expecting, but, it happened, and I'm grateful to be here. I love California. It's been, the best, 8 months. I moved out here in May, so 8 months now.
Okay.
So the best 8 months, it's It's been beautiful. The sightseeing, the food, the people, the culture, everything is it's amazing.
And that's what's amazing about California is you literally can see all 4 different seasons at once. And alrighty, so don't mind us then. We're not doing a fucking podcast. Rude. Anyways, we're gonna leave that shit in there. So
Facts.
It's really cool because in California you got some rude ass people. You can either go to the mountains, you can go check out the woods, you can check out the snow, sand, desert, beach. Like you can do all 4 events in one day. It's actually possible, which is really cool. And how many places can you actually do that? Not too many. So I wanted to ask, is there any like favorite foods out here that you like since you came out to Cali?
Favorite foods? Shout out to Amalfi.
Okay.
In San Marcos. I was just with the owners the other day. Their Italian food, 100% authentic, straight from Italy.
Okay.
Food is
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Beautiful.
And you said what was the name again?
Amalfi.
Amalfi. Okay.
Off by Lake San Marcos.
We might have to go there for dinner tonight.
It's great. It's great. Tell them that you know Sam and Daniel.
Sam and Daniel.
They'll give you the warm treatment.
Okay. I'll let them know. I'll let them know. Shout out to them.
I gotta go Amalfi. I gotta go Mexican food.
Okay. Any honorable Mexican food places that you like?
Nah, places I don't know. I mean, I go to De Berto's. You know, De Berto. I go to De Berto's, get me a California roll. I mean, a California burrito.
Okay.
I've been trying to just explore, man. I'm a big food person.
Nice. Okay.
So I just want to just like go out and just find. I love finding new places, new spots. I have like a huge ass list in my notes of places I want to go to.
That's
awesome. You know what I mean? If I get more, I'll let you know.
Yes, sir.
If we do another episode, I'll come update you guys. On some more spots. But I got to gatekeep a little bit. I can't.
Just a little bit.
I can't give you guys everything.
No, that's true. That's true. So I wanted to ask you too. Like, you just dropped a recent single, which is going to be part of your album coming out, right?
No, it's not.
No,
it's not
really? Okay. Put me
album.
on then. Educate me.
So the single, "Lose Control," which is really, honestly, it was one of the realest songs I made. So if we get into the music aspect, my favorite artist that inspired me, first rap album I ever listened to was Astroworld.
Really?
I got into rap super late, so 2018.
No, it's cool.
So Astroworld was the first album, and I heard it, and I was like, wow. I was like, yeah, this is it. And so my favorite artists are Travis, Destroy Lonely.
Nice.
Cardi, Kanye, Lil Wayne, Future, Young Thug, Uzi, and myself.
Hey, there we go. You gotta love yourself too. You gotta love yourself. No, and I was about to, I'm glad you actually answered that right away because I was gonna ask, who was your inspiration right there, right off the rip? And I wanted to ask you, how long have you been doing music for?
Since 7th grade.
Okay.
So 2017, 2018.
So is there anywhere online where they can find the early clips of you making songs? I'm just curious.
You can. Okay. I mean, you got to know how to look.
Hey, there we go.
But maybe later on in a year or later on, I'll give it to you guys so you go listen what the old Velure used to sound like.
Hey, everybody's got to grow somewhere.
Very different style of music. I'll say that. Very different style of music.
So I want to also ask you, you talked about that, different styles. What made you change your style to what you're doing now?
Honestly, I feel just growing as a person in the environments that I'm in and just how I be feeling. Because oddly enough, like it's like this yin yang. I don't really talk about how I'm feeling too much in music, but my beat selection, if you listen, is how I'm feeling, right? So I'm really like a super sound guy. Like sonically, I'm all about like the sound.
I like that.
Right? Because music is like a gateway to the soul.
Okay,
right? So
let's talk about that. That's interesting.
I feel like sometimes when you listen to a song, like it'll just hit you. And like, you know what I mean? You just get that feeling and it's just like,
it's true.
Damn, like the music speaks to you, like the beat will speak to you, the sounds. So I'm all about, trying to captivate that sound in my own way.
I like that.
But I've been definitely being around like Gideon, Balance, Kelkin, Cito, all them. And, Lucas Ramon, shout out, big inspiration for like the lyrics. Like I've been getting more like lyrical, like writing shit down.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
But mostly I'm just freestyling or punching in. Like everything's just off the top of my head.
So I want to talk about that punch-in process because some people it's natural for them to be able to punch in, and some of them it's like, okay, you got to practice learning how to punch in.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to actually get to that spot where you can just punch in?
I would always freestyle since I started rapping. Okay. I never wrote lyrics because I felt like writing lyrics would put me in a box. Right. I feel like if I started writing about a specific topic, I had to stay on topic.
Okay.
So I started freestyling, and then when I first got FO, I just started punching in. So I'd freestyle, and if I couldn't get it on the flow, I just punch it in. So honestly, that shit just comes natural to me. Not to brag, but some people have writing, some people have their own style, but that's my style.
No, and I asked that because like in this season, I do plan to ask these artists and these new people that I'm having on the show, like your style, how you do it. I've been learning, you know, I've learned from a couple other artists. It's like they do punch in. Some of them are like one take, one shot, and it's very phenomenal to see that. And there's nothing wrong with punching in at all, because some people that punch in, you got to hear the masterpiece. It's actually pretty good.
In fact, sometimes you can't even tell it's a punch in.
No,
right? Sometimes you can't tell.
Oh, that's so true. There's a couple artists I can name off the top of my head that you wouldn't even tell they do punch-ins. But I don't want to say it out there because then they might feel some type of way. But it's all love. It's all love.
Facts.
So,
that's real.
You know, I wanted to ask you too. Like you said, you have your album coming out. Do you have any music videos coming out soon?
Me and Balance are looking to do a music video for a song that may or may not be on the album.
Okay.
Probably will be on the album. It will be on the album.
Okay.
It's called Prevail. It's definitely gonna be on the album. Album is called Search and Destroy. The album, if you don't mind me getting into it.
No, let's take a deep dive in it. Let's go.
My album was really inspired by, you know, Kelkin's album Gray, even though the concept for the album came out before that.
Yeah.
But, you know, just being able to like really be real and embody my emotions, because I feel like that's like my dad always would tell me, like, being a man is all about like decision making and like being able to understand like what you're feeling and how you're feeling so that you can deal with it properly. So for me, the album Search and Destroy is literally like searching within myself and my past, you know, like even present, and destroying all like the bad things and the things that were holding me back, and like all like the flaws, like the more childish things, and like growing into like the individual I want to be. Because I feel like you can always create who you want to be. It just takes, everything takes work.
It does, and it's not, nothing's easy. Nothing comes by overnight. It's definitely a lot of work you got to put into it. And that's crazy, same person. Wow, that's fucking wicked. There's a whole, like, you can go around, but all right.
Hey man, it's part of the.
It's part of the show. That's why this show is raw, unedited, and genuine. So you guys get that nitty gritty reaction too. You guys saw it. Hey, some people are rude. It is what it is.
If you find her, nah, I don't promote anything.
We don't wish any evil on anybody.
We don't wish any evil.
But if you run out of toilet paper, that's on you. I'm just saying. But okay, so when do you plan to actually release your album?
I'm thinking March, April.
Okay.
I originally, so there's actually two versions of the album.
Really? All right, let's talk about one and the other.
Version one was a lot more like, I would say loose control. That vibe. Version two is a lot like a mixture of Utopia, Astroworld.
I like that.
Eternal Take, and 2093 by Yeet.
Yes.
It's gonna be super kind of futuristic.
Okay.
Super Yeezus. Actually, I would say super Travis, Kanye, and Yeet. That vibe. So super crazy production, and it'll definitely be more lyrical. A lot of different flows, a lot of different, you know, like voice changes and sounds.
No, that's
I think y'all will love it.
And so, you know, I wanted to ask, like, how did you go about finding, you know, your different voices and stuff? Like, see, I appreciate that gentleman actually going around. Thank you.
Real guy.
So, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, you're good. Thank you. And so, you know, I wanted to ask, how did you go about finding your different voices there? Like, how did you start, you know, playing around with them?
So, honestly, Cardi, bro. Okay. Cardi. That
was the inspiration.
It's all Cardi, man. Like, when I heard Cardi, you know, like the baby voice era and all that shit.
Yes.
Originally, when I first started making music, I wanted to sound just like Cardi and Uzi.
Okay.
Right? So I would play with my voices a lot, and also, like, if you guys didn't know, I'm classically trained. I played saxophone and flute for like 10 years.
Oh shit.
So like I know how to like read music and like all that shit. So like I've always been like around music in like a certain form, and then I kind of veered into the more vocal rap side of it, but I was always on like the instrumental side.
I like that.
But playing with voices, I just love experimenting and trying new shit. You know what I mean? I never was really like nervous of how people would like hear how I sound like in the background, because I know sometimes I sound crazy, you know, doing different voices and shit. But I feel like you gotta just experiment, like play with shit.
True.
So I just been like playing around with different voices, trying to find different pitches on different songs. That's just like, you know, I guess it's kind of like my signature thing. Like you always hear 3 different voices on a song, at least.
Okay, I like that. And for people to, you know, pay attention, 3 different voices right there. So it's like, you know, attention to detail is key. So make sure when you check, you know, his music out, you check out his latest album that's coming out soon. Make sure, you know, pay attention, you hear it. And also, you know, I want to ask, what are some goals that you have for this year for 2025? what are at least like, let's say within the next 6 months. In the next 6 months, if we have another interview, which we will, just to see, you know, where you're at in life.
Facts.
What do you plan to try to accomplish within the next 6 months?
Within the next 6 months, definitely drop my tape.
Okay.
Do more shows.
Nice.
And really find my identity as who I am.
I like that.
Because I actually just rebranded before I moved out here. I had like 3 albums out, but I was like, I just didn't like the person I was. And I just was, you know, I just wanted to like move away from all that. That's actually like what the album's about. So I really just want to like find my identity as me as a person, me in music, find my style, do more shows, network. You know, I've already done so much networking in the past 8 months than I have like whole time I was in New York.
And what advice can you give for people that are just barely getting to that journey of networking? Like what advice can you give them? Because it is kind of scary, you know, meeting random people. You gotta throw yourself out there.
I would definitely say it gets easier the older you are. The older you get, it definitely gets easier. And like, you know, not being with my parents and at home, being able to explore and drive around, it makes it a lot easier.
Okay.
But if you're young and you're still like with your parents or like in high school or college, I would say you gotta think long term. And I know y'all young people don't want to hear that. I'm young, so don't call me but I know the younger ones don't want to hear that. Because a lot of things like my parents or like people told me like before, like I understand it now. You know, shout out Lethal Shooter. But I understand it now. You know, I really just like, it makes sense. So with networking, you gotta just put yourself out there. You know, you gotta be yourself. What makes an artist or a producer or a player, like whatever, you know, sports, whatever, is just them being unique. So you gotta just embrace your personality, who you are, and just go take it full throttle. Think down the line. You know, always think future.
True.
Never think like in the present, like people are gonna look at me like this person might hate my music. They might hate your music,
but they'll fight later. Facts. You know, later they might, you know, learn how to love and grow onto it. So it happens. You might not like it right away. It might take you a little time. You're like, okay, let me listen back to it. You're like, oh shit, you know what? I see the image. I see the picture. I see the art.
Facts.
You know what the story. So sometimes it takes a minute for somebody to warm up to it. So, you know, for everybody around the loop and around the world that, you know, that's checking out Velure for the first time, for all the fans in you know, Germany, Russia, UK, Scotland, Ireland.
International love.
The international love, like,
always.
Check them out too. And, you know, you'll feel it, you know, for the folks that don't even understand the language, you'll feel it through the music, you'll feel it through the vocals. So it's all right. It's a feeling. It's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
And that's what I like about, you know, the energy you put out there as well. It's unique.
I appreciate it.
And I see the superstar in you. I see the superstar in the next couple, in the next year, like what I mentioned out in on Saturday's event, which was last Saturday's event, which was within maybe 5 years from now, I can see us all at Rolling Loud. Bro, you guys are all performing there, and I'm backstage doing what I'm doing here.
Bro, I even see. I was telling Balance and Kelkin the other day. I was like, bro, Rolling Loud next year. I feel it, bro.
We can make it even happen sooner.
I feel it, bro. I feel 2026. You know, and I used to be scared of saying things to hold myself accountable, but you know, as you grow up, you gotta just move past that. So I really think that's like a doable goal. I think it's there. You know, you gotta just keep making music, stay on my grind, network. You know, just really, you know, you get what you put in. So if this is something that I want, which it is, it's a passion, then it's gonna put my all into it every day, and I'm not really worried about the outcome too much. I'm just gonna enjoy the process. I fuck with the process. That's why I love music so much.
No, I love that.
It's all about the process. It's all about the process.
And do you have any people that you might want to work with for this year? Any names you want to throw out there? Because we can make magic happen. With this podcast, I have had the blessing to be able to get 2 artists. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to ruin the song, but there is a song where I got 2 artists from this podcast on together. So you guys stay tuned for that one. It's gonna be pretty dope. So
someone I want to work with, like a famous artist.
That could be anybody. It could be local. It could be famous.
An artist that's famous that all right, I'm gonna name my 3.
Okay, let's go.
I really want to work with Travis.
Okay.
I want to work with Lone.
Like that.
And Tyler, the Creator.
Nice.
I love Tyler.
Yes.
But if it was local, someone that I really like would want to make an album with, like a collab tape, I would say an album. I'm gonna go 2 people.
Okay.
A collab tape, not collab. A collab tape with Lucas.
Okay.
Produced by Kelkin.
Yes, sir.
Or a collab tape with Balance. Produced by Kelkin.
Honestly, and that would be a blessing to have Kelkin as the producer for that, because he is such a phenomenal. Shout out to you, Kelkin. I hope you see this, and I know when you do.
Shout out to Kelkin, bro.
Hey, this is a moment to give you your flowers. You are a superstar in the making as well, and seeing you guys perform last weekend, the other week, it was phenomenal.
Thanks, you fucking amazing.
Exactly.
Crazy first time.
Or that time when I first met you actually at Gideon's, and watching Kelkin right next to me on my left hand side
insane.
had his laptop, and he just fucking cooked.
It was crazy.
Was cooking.
Watching him cook up that beat live was like insane.
And then watching you guys just like starting to hum it out and starting to like see the process, see the magic happening was really phenomenal. I've never seen something like that.
Fun fact, I didn't even know I was gonna be on the album. I didn't even know that was on the album until afterwards. Gid told me, he was like, you're actually on the song Peak, on the album Peak. And I was like, it's on the album? I was like, that's fucking crazy. So yeah, and my verse actually was my first take. Like I freestyled, I did 4 takes, I freestyled it all the way, and they were like, we're gonna keep the first one. I was like, fuck it, let's do it. So it was just a crazy experience, just like, being there, and I'm super like grateful for like being able to like work with those two and just.
No, that was a phenomenal night.
It was a great night. It was a great night.
There was streaming going on. There was a corner party going on. There was so much going on.
A lot going on.
But that's just cool though.
That's just the vibe. That's what it's all about.
Great.
It's all about that love and this being raw and being real. Just really being in the moment and just doing what you do, love doing what you do. You have to love it. If you don't love doing what you do, go find your passion. It's never too late to find your passion.
No, it's true. And there is no age to it. There is no age to when you can find something new. You can be 65, you can be 35, you can be 15, whatever the case is. When you find your purpose, you'll find your purpose. And there's no rush into it, so don't feel like, oh, time's ticking. You gotta, no, it'll come to you. It'll come to you for sure. So, I want to ask you as well, is there any advice that you can give to the new people, to the new artists, new up-and-coming artists, or people that want to try music for the first time, or even play an instrument? What advice can you give to these people?
Honestly, the advice I would give, because I'm still super up-and-coming and young. I just turned 20 August last year. So the advice I would give to people that want to like do music, I would say, I gotta think about this one. Give me a second.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
That was a good ass question.
No, and I appreciate that, and it's okay, because it's something to think about. It's something to really like try to process, and it's okay. There's no rush into it. We can even get back to it. We can hop into another one too as well. So, wanted to ask, is there? So within the next 6 months, okay, you have your plans of what you want to do. So the next time we meet, which won't be in the next, it'll be sooner, but when we do our 6-month recap, is there any other goals that you want to do? Like, do you plan on maybe having like, I don't know, a dog or a different car or just something like another little goal like that? Just, little goals.
A life goal that I would hope to have in like the next 6 months would be, honestly,
and nothing's impossible.
I would say just like getting closer with family.
Okay.
On some real shit. Because me, like, my family, like, we're close. But, like, there's always off and on. You know how family is.
No, true.
So I would say getting closer with family. I feel like as you get older, you got to kind of take on the responsibilities of life. And never forget, like, the people that have, like, been with you from like day one.
100%.
Your parents, grandparents, family. It's unconditional love, that you don't get that from anywhere else except for God.
No, true.
So I would say definitely getting closer with family and just building those bonds and just, going to do more shit, especially with my siblings, because I'm one of 5.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so definitely, like, now that I'm older, like, hanging out with them, doing shit, planning trips, really getting to bond and just grow as just, like, a unit and just see what everyone's doing and just, being able to, like, support one another. I feel like that would be super dope, for sure, 100%.
No, I love that, and...
Family man.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, and it's great because, this year, everybody has goals, and that's something for me to work on too, is the whole family,
For sure.
We all start growing up and start drifting our different ways, but I never forget about mine. It's just, I'm busy, but hey, when they need me, I'm there. I'm a phone call away.
Always.
So, it's learning how to separate that too. It's like, okay, sometimes you feel like you're not around too much, but they got to trust the process.
Facts.
They got to trust the process.
Right, and still being able to, like, not going ghost and, like, being able to separate and give your family that time that they deserve, Never being like, this music or this work is too important, because you never know what could happen, you know. Like,
No, in the blink of an eye, one day, you know, you're here, one day you're not. And
facts.
you got to cherish those moments, every moment, no matter what it is. I mean, there's
Facts.
no, you know, you can have an argument with one another, but you can resolve it too the same way you talk. You know, just talk it
Facts.
out, resolve it. Then there's no point of holding grudges, because you never know if tomorrow's even promised. It's true.
You never know. You never know.
So, you know, take every day for granted and appreciate every moment, and appreciate your loved ones and those who you know surround you.
For sure.
And then, you know, the Lord's going to continue to bless you with greater things in life, you know, and I can't wait to see what, you know, the world has in store for you as well, especially you that
Appreciate
you just started with your journey here as well. And I can't wait to see you up and performing in LA one day, down in San Diego.
Facts.
Even hopefully, you know, being behind stage, just to see you behind stage would be awesome.
Facts, bro. I really want to perform international, bro.
I can see this.
I feel that would be crazy. I can see it too. I see the vision. I like.
And we're gonna get there, man.
I've been like planning it out for so long, and I remember when I first started doing music, like a year in, it was for the wrong reasons. I was thinking more about the fame, but now I'm just like so in love with like the process.
And see, I love that, because some folks, you know, think, oh, you're just in for the quick, you're in for the quick cash, but the quick cash doesn't happen overnight.
Hell no. Hell no.
It takes so much time.
It's fucking work, bro. Nights up, being in there. You know, I know so many times I like went to like go record, being there for 3 hours, didn't make shit. And it's like, you know, it's just so much, it goes so much deeper. Like when you really start getting into it, you gotta really study. Everything takes studying and like learning.
True.
Right? You gotta really analyze. Like when I listen to music and shit, I listen like with different ears now. I'm just listening like for like each instrument and like what he did with this part of like the sound of like his voice, like how that matched the beat and like how it made me feel, and like, you know, and just like learning and just trying to like, you know, kind of just take my own spin of like the fucking legends, you know, like what they be doing.
No, I love that. And do you ever plan to maybe in the future do anything for the community, as like maybe one day going down to like the YMCA and doing a class? You ever plan to do like class, if either for music or for tennis too? Because honestly, that'd be cool to get back.
It probably will be for tennis first.
That'd be really cool.
You know, like just doing tennis shit for like the community, because tennis isn't as big in like the black community, you know, because tennis is a fucking expensive ass sport. And you know, I was just blessed that my parents, you know, worked their ass off, was able to put me in the position that they were. But, you know, definitely like spreading that tennis love, you know, just to everyone, so like everyone could just play the sport and see it.
Okay. But, and do you ever plan maybe one day doing a music video where you got tennis involved?
Hell yeah.
That'd be sick as fuck to see this happen. I would love that.
Hell yeah. You know, that might probably will happen this year.
Okay.
You know, a music video on the tennis court with some tennis shit involved, but, you know,
let's go.
Being real to like who I am, you know, like what I'm doing, you know, for sure. But giving back to the community, I'd probably go back to New York.
I love that.
And just, you know, just spread love like back there, you know, that's home. Like everyone in like that, my neighborhood, it just always like treated me like their own like son or daughter, you know, so. I
love that.
It's just, you know, going back there to just uplift the community. It's all about like uplifting.
True.
And like, you know, never getting too involved in what you're doing. And forget like, you know, like the bigger picture, you know, there's so much like bigger shit than like what we're doing right now.
No, I totally understand. You know, like I said, I appreciate. Sorry, I thought we were breaking fuck character. Hey, it's all Gucci. It's all Gucci.
It's being real, bro. It's raw.
Yeah. So, I mean, they don't see us videotaping. It's all good. So,
Stevie Wonder.
I love that, bro. I really do. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what the next 6 months, the year brings for you. You know, I can't wait. Maybe 2026. Let's make 2026 the year that we go to, you know, Rolling Loud and make it to where we bring the folks at JSK, we bring Velure, Gideon's crew as well. Everybody from North County. Let's make that movement where, well, first, you know, actually, let's bring it back a notch. So I was on one of the interviews I did with Jacob John with Soul Shakedown Studios. He mentioned that he wanted to create a cipher where he can do the first cipher there and have all the folks from North County. It's like the North County cipher. So he's gonna be working on that, and I would love to get you guys on there too.
Fuck yeah.
And just everybody, because all these folks that I met from Saturday's event too, man, I love all the love that they shared and they showed to me as well. So that was uplifting as well. And why not, you know, show that talent out there too as well.
Bro, I really do admire the like people that like do podcasts, because it's like, that's like a different type of dedication and love to be able to like want to capture like stories and like watch people grow. Like I'm super into art. Like I love art history. I just love painting, sculpting. Like I just love being able to like look back in time through art and just look how people were thinking, like what they were doing, and just like how like it evolved and shit. So I feel like everything is like art, you know, like podcasting, like music, sports,
I like
you know,
that.
like being
I
a
never
teacher.
thought of it. I never thought of that.
Everything's
in that
an art
perspective.
form, you know, like
Okay.
everything like takes like a grind, and everything like, you know, speaks to the soul, right? Like I might be able to look back at this shit in like 15, 20 years and be like, damn, you know, come back to this spot exactly, or like,
That would be pretty
you know,
neat.
like, or, you know, whatever, but like everything has an art form and everyone has a passion for something. So I feel like just, especially like with people that like are nice with the camera, you know, that's super tough. I feel like that's super tough. Super tough.
And I know, like, I am excited. I'm excited to see, 10, 15 years from now, we're having the same interview. We're having another interview here, but from then, you've already done multiple world tours. You've done,
Facts.
multiple
Got me a
hit
Grammy.
records and stuff. Like, it's going to be a big change, but it's going to be for the best. And,
OD.
I wish you guys nothing but the best. And I love that all the support that you guys are giving me as well. You guys see my vision. You guys see what I'm trying to do for you guys too. Because I would love to grow myself too, but what's fun about that? There's nothing fun about growing by yourself. It's better to grow with a group, with everybody, push everybody.
Experience, where life's about experiences.
That's what I love. It's the experience about that.
It's always the experiences.
And there's no better feeling than seeing you guys grow too. So if I grow and I see you guys grow, that's a win-win. That's a win-win.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to ask, is there, if you were to see the younger version of yourself right in front of you, is there any advice you can give the younger version of you?
Young
for all the people that are
Velure,
listening?
I would tell young Velure, I tell myself right now, I'd be like, look, bro, make sure you never give up on your dreams, and always don't let anyone change the way you think of yourself or the path that you're going on. Because over time, people fade, people come and go, but you're always gonna be with yourself, you're always gonna be you, right? You're always gonna have your thoughts in your head. So the things that you wanna do, always chase them and put more into what you do, for sure. Like always have more pride in yourself, you know what I mean?
I love
for sure.
that.
I would definitely say that. In high school, I could have tried harder. I graduated with like a 3.8 GPA.
Oh shit.
But I definitely could have tried harder. You know, I could have had better habits when I went to college. So I would have definitely told myself, look, bro, like grind, like learn, like really grind, like appreciate the grind of school, and like, take shit more serious. So that's what I would tell myself for sure.
And another question, one final question before we start wrapping it up. Is there any advice you want to give out to the folks of Around the Loop, for the folks that are meeting you for the first time? What advice can you share to the world?
Advice I would share to the world for people meeting me the first time. I'm a super nice guy, bro. I'm also super shy. So that's just, something to know about me, but I love everything. I love listening to people's stories, interacting with people that do different shit. I'm never gonna be one to be push down on someone because they're doing whatever, because everyone has their own passion and shit. Like everyone, I feel like anything is cool, Like if you fucking cutting down trees and you are an architect or you're an ice sculptor, that shit is fucking dope.
I love that.
Right? I love fucking anime, bro. I love anime.
All right, which anime shows? Can you throw any out there?
Solo Leveling.
Okay.
Demon Slayer.
All right.
Black Clover. Attack on Titan. One Piece. Demon and Misfit Academy.
Shit, okay.
Motherfucking Domestic Girlfriend.
You already. Okay, let's go.
Motherfucking, on God, JJK. Fucking Speed Racer.
Oh, shit.
Arcane's not really an anime, but Arcane. Okay. Avatar, Last Airbender, not really an anime, more of a cartoon. Off the top of my head, those are the ones. Oh, Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh, that one's a good one too.
Hell yeah. I love anime. You want to talk to me about anime?
We'll have to have a separate episode on that one.
Oh,
that's
God,
for sure.
We will
actually have to do that.
Anime is so tough. Anime is so tough.
Hell yeah, though. And is there anything for the folks that want to reach out to you or want to reach your music? I'm going to be putting your link in the bio, but where can they catch you? Where can they find you?
Y'all can find me Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, Apple Music, all platforms. Velure, Velure.
All right.
You can find me wherever. If you want to DM me, my DMs are always open. I'm not Hollywood. I love talking to people.
Hey, I love that.
So you ever want to just hit me up just on some cool shit, just on some, even if you don't listen to my music, you just want to hit me up just to talk and just go do shit. But I'm always down to do some shit.
Hey, see, and I love that, because that's a real you right there. And like you say, you're not too Hollywood or anything. That just shows the humbling,
Hell no,
who you are. You're a person too, and that's what my whole thing is, to share the person side of you, the genuine side of you.
I don't believe in that Hollywood shit, bro. I feel like it's so lame to go up and then just act like you don't know people. I feel like that's just so lame. I love talking to people and meeting new people and doing new shit. So I feel like you gotta just keep doing shit, and just just find new shit to do and meet new people. So I never be Hollywood.
Excuse me, we're recording.
Oh,
Thank you. You've been walking back and forth this entire time. Appreciate it though.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were
It's okay. I mean, we have the light. It's all good, but appreciate it. If you gotta go, you can pass through. Appreciate it.
You had to be rude.
No, it's okay. I appreciate it.
Enjoy the water now.
It's all right. We appreciate, you know, you seeing the camera too. I stand on business. Drewski, shout out to you. I stand on business. No, I'm not gonna rude.
Nah,
no,
facts.
you seen the camera, you seen us here. What are we just posing for an hour? No, we're not.
Man, some people didn't get enough belt to ass as kids, bruh.
It is what it is. But hey, you guys saw this is genuine. So is there anything else you want to share with the folks of Around the Loop? Any upcoming events or, I mean, I guess stay tuned on Instagram.
New music next Friday, Break a Check.
Let's go, okay.
I performed that shit at the show. Y'all gonna be hearing, I'm super hella like active on Instagram. So you're gonna be seeing hella snippets and shit. So if you wanna know what I'm on, just go on Instagram and it'll be on the stories or posts.
I love that.
But new song next Friday, more music to come, probably dropping at least 2 songs a month.
Okay.
That's like the goal.
Nice.
You know, just pushing content and shit. And yeah, bro, I mean, album, I'm super excited. I'm super excited for y'all to hear. I'm super excited to make it. I'm definitely gonna have you come like one of the sessions.
I would love that.
For sure.
I would love to be there to see the behind the scenes too. I love seeing you guys put in that work, seeing you guys grow and stuff. It's phenomenal. And to be invited to that, it's honestly like, how many people get invited to a session like that? Not many. So to be there, it's humbling. It's awesome. I love it. So thank you so much for the invitation.
Appreciate it.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Anything else you'd like to share?
Hopefully we'll have an album release party. If we do, I'll let y'all know if we have an album release party.
Okay,
Hopefully
okay.
we can have like a little listening party or some shit.
Ooh, maybe I might be there.
For
maybe
sure.
we'll have a little episode about that.
But
that'd be dope.
If not, you know, album March, April. Don't quote me on a specific date because I don't have a date yet.
But we'll figure it out though. We'll get the dates locked in.
12 songs, Search and Destroy, March, April 2025.
There we go.
So,
you know, and like I said, thank you so much for being on tonight's episode of Around the Loop. And I'm looking forward to sharing your story with the world. You know, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And that's a wrap.